Beautiful night, beautiful light, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm back to deliver your latest timeless collective channel message from the Tarot in the Shadows series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find my facts on the website located in the title of this live, raw, real, unscripted, unedited, deprogrammed, sugar-free broadcast, because the only thing we're sugarcoating around here is these nails, and you can get yours done with me here in Vegas too at my private studio. Okay. We do what we do because we absolutely love and adore our brothers and sisters of humanity, and we know that just as important to us as our own empowerment is, so it is to all the rest as well, and those who are aligned with it, they find it, and that's you right now. Yeah, you, the one watching. I see you. I see you watching. All right, so the following message has been co-signed by the divine and sponsored by Spirit. And after these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. I hear it took you a long time to get here, but you're here now. You come a long way, baby. Okay. I need to get my notebook. You come a long way, baby. That's what I heard right now while I was shuffling the cards. So there's a message there. You've come a long way. You need that confirmation. You need somebody to remind you of just how far you've come from, that you got here. Okay. So let's see what's coming out from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. It fell out already, and it's card number 18. And her name is the Violet Duchess. Stifled, bored, and stuck. I heard you feel like you've reached a plateau. You feel like you've reached a plateau, like you've topped it out. You've hit the climax. Okay. If your name is Violet, I heard 1,800 points for you. Okay. Violet. Violet. Okay. Now I'm thinking about Violet from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The little girl that ate the blueberry gum, ate the meal. It was a meal and a piece of gum. And when she got to the blueberry pie, she turned violet. Violet, you're Violet. Okay. So there's that energy. I heard you are what you eat. Stifled, bored, and stuck. Somebody here, you're addressing your diet because you're looking to have more of a live diet than a dead diet. So you're switching. You're going to like vegetarian and all that stuff. So there's something there about that. That's not me. Okay. All right. So the book says bored, stifled. Yeah, she's trying to be good and nice and polite, but it's not working. This lovely and very passionate aristocrat has her fairy wings tucked firmly in, not visible at all. And she's sitting stiffly, listening to someone give a lecture on manners. She's polite on the surface, but it's easy to see and feel that she's bored, frustrated, and ready to fly away at the first opportunity. She's tired of the stuffiness of people around her, of being proper, formal, and ever so ladylike. She finds herself restricted by a world where manners and protocols have become more important than spontaneity, magic, and freedom. And she longs for that. For now, she will bide her time, but you can see the frustration growing beneath. And frustration is, after all, only your own life force turned within and longing to break free of its restraints. The Violet Duchess speaks. In your admirable quest for balance, you can actually become too neutral. pretending to be serene, acting polite, and not making waves, and not speaking your truth. It's time to discover or rediscover a raw and honest emotional reaction you had to a person or to an issue and express it. It's all very well being a lover of harmony and not wanting to be a troublemaker, but being a lukewarm person in regards to situations that really matter is not going to do you any favors. Bottling up your true self, in turn, leads to unhealthy relationships, aches, pains, and even illness. When I come up, go for the passionate and truthful option and rediscover just how strongly you can feel and how much fun you can have. The divination message. Your desire to be liked, to please, or to be seen as a lady or a gentleman is cheating yourself out of something wonderful that you deserve to experience. Sometimes there are rules that simply need to be broken. Keeping to the spirit of the law sometimes means breaking the letter of the law. That's how things change. There's a situation at the moment that has revealed itself as unjust, unfair, and absolutely unattractive to you. But you have yet to speak up. The most important thing about this situation is that you'll discover just how safe it is to stand up for what you truly believe in. Others will be inspired too. So while it feels like you're taking a risk at first, after a while, you realize you started your own small revolution. Okay. So that's what we have with the Violet Duchess coming out for tonight. Tarot in the Shadows. You've been too busy trying to play Mr. Nice Guy that you're letting yourself go without, be disrespected, not stand up for your truth or some sort of way. Hiding it. I just watched the Netflix special, My Name is Monique, and Monique said, secrets will cause disease. I could see that. Because you keep shit secret because you think that you won't be accepted. Like she talked a lot about wanting to be accepted. Yeah, you keep secrets because you feel like you won't be accepted. There's shame and guilt attached to that. You're not boldly living in your truth when you're busy holding back, keeping back these secrets. But in this case, it seems like it's being done to try to play Mr. Nice Guy or show up in a sociably acceptable way or something like that. You worried about how people going to accept you. In her special, she talked about her grandma wasn't able to accept her aunt's gayness, and she didn't want to be put down from her preferred position, being the adored one, for speaking about some of her hidden secret desires. So is there something here like that with you where it's like you're afraid of how people are going to react to you for speaking about what you really want? Or is it like, like, for example, I recently had an experience where somebody who I had previous unpleasant interactions with came up and spoke to somebody next to me and put their hand on my back. And immediately I said, don't touch me. That doesn't feel good when you touch me. Don't put your hands on me. You don't know me like that. And the person that I was speaking to, who's the same person he came to said hi to, well, sometimes you should just give it a minute and see what people are really about. And he really tried to convince me that I should be more allowing in regards to that. In this case, if this Violet Duchess energy is yours, you're like, I don't give a fuck how they feel. I'm going to state my truth. At the end of the day, the conversation concluded with the energy of, I really appreciate how you're real. You speak your truth. I was like, yeah, I'm authentic. That's why I tattooed it on myself, because I am authentic. And I'm not going to bend to you or him or anybody else, okay? So are you in the energy where you're finally starting to speak up? They might not like what the fuck you have to say. Some people wouldn't get upset at all if a stranger come put their hand on their back. Well, This person wasn't that much of a stranger. This person is strange as fuck, but the energy was fucking repulsive. Don't touch me. And somebody tried to convince me that I needed to, be more allowing. I don't have to protect myself so much. Shut the fuck up. That's maybe how you feel, but I'm going to do what the fuck I feel at the end of the day, right? So this is either the energy you're reaching for in this situation, or you're finally finding it now. Some of you who are in tune with this message, you've never really stuck up for yourself. You've been a pushover your whole life, I heard. Yeah, you've been a pushover. It ain't hard to roll you over. Just tell you what to do and you fall in line and you obey. Yeah, that's why you don't want to be the troublemaker. You might not want to be, or are you becoming the troublemaker, or are you the troublemaker? So there's different degrees of experiencing this energy. You could be anywhere on the spectrum of troublemaker to pacifier. Are you the pacifier? Or are you the troublemaker? Or is there something that you need to say that you've been keeping to yourself and, trying to keep the peace? Something been pissing you off, but you just keep biting your tongue. Somebody does something that you are extremely uncomfortable with, but you keep on keeping it quiet, and you just silently clean up after them because, or you just silently do what they should have did, or you just silently do something else so that way you don't stir the pot. All right. I heard, so in that case, I just heard this. So you're putting yourself in the shit pot so that they can be out of it. But it's their shit. I heard, but it's their shit. So let's see what's going on. I got the Starman Tarot I want to work with right now. So let's see. What's the energy? What's happening in this situation? Show me this situation clearly. What's happening? The Ace of Wands flipped out with the whole stack. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck here. It's like the deck can split itself. The Nine of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. Now, you've been with the channel for a while. Nine of Cups, that's my emotional independence card. Wish fulfillment. You got your wish fulfillment, honey. You found your emotional independence. 9 is a very solitary number. The major arcana 9 is the Hermit. And it's a number that's complete. It's like... wish fulfillment comes when there's no desire, when there's no longing, when you're complete, you're going to find more complete. When you feel like you're broken and you're missing, you're going to feel more broken and missing, and life is going to show you how that's true. But when you feel complete and whole and satisfied and happiness, so many tarot decks just put the word happiness on there. And you feel that truly in and of yourself. Well, then, others, what they do is of less consequence to you emotionally. So your responses are not so emotionally driven. So let me see from the back, how many cards we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's telling me 1 and 2, Magician and High Priestess. First off, Magician and High Priestess is you're materializing shit real quick on this plane. And 12 is always the numbers of the ancestors for me. So you have ancestral support from the spirit realm, from the spiritual realm of your ancestral line. Okay. And then 1 + 2 = 3. That's Empress energy. You're in a highly attractive energy right now. And this Ace of Wands is why? Because, baby, you are in your power. Hello. Say it with me. Put it in the comments. I am in my power. Yeah. And this is about you standing your ground. There's a situation here where you have the power. I heard by the power of Grayskull. Okay. Is that She-Ra or He-Man? Anyways, I just heard that. That's from my childhood. If you knew that answer, give yourself 10,000 points, but you got to make sure you got the right answer. I heard. Okay. Anyways, Ace of Wands. Baby, you in your power. You're starting to, it's a new day. Okay, this, for somebody, this is a new sexual partner coming in. Somebody here, you are a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and you're standing in your power. You are on your own. This, honey, you just had another birthday. I heard you just had another year. It's a whole new life for you. You're in your power. Independent. Starting new things. You're in a new, powerful phase. Okay. So I'm going to pull now off the back of this little stack that came up. 12 cards. Show me what to do with these 12 cards. So you're in your power. Okay, I'm seeing Celtic. Okay. So what's crossing then is the Hierophant, Taurus energy, life lessons, the teacher. You're in your power, and other people are like, you should teach. That's one of the things. Yeah. Somebody said, you should teach. You should teach the teachers. But I already do. No, you're not hearing me. I'm saying you should teach a teacher, but I have been for many years. I do. I do this every day. Like, you don't know me. You don't know nothing about me. I've been doing that. I've been teaching, and I've been teaching teachers. Because everybody that I teach goes out and teaches somebody else after they learn it. This is how it works. It spreads like a wildfire. I don't bring my chopstick over here, really? The Hierophant. Okay, we're in Taurus season now, baby. It's fixed earth time. It's time to solidify their choices. Take and making affirming and supportive actions right now. Apply it, man. This is a new tradition. You're making a new tradition. A new commitment. A new commitment, a new tradition, new important lessons. Standing in your power and then something comes along to confirm to you that, yes, you actually are in your power. It's like I told that man, I said, I'm so grateful that dude came over here and put his hand on my back, because he gave me the opportunity to exercise my muscle, to exercise my little shadow traits. I said, that fool recognizes me. He knows that he's had the wrong dealings with me in the past. I have put his ass in his place twice already. You want to do it again, and you tell me I should. So there's something here about, you're in your power. This is your new tradition. This is your tradition. You stand in your power now. You're teaching now? Are you starting to teach? You've got a new teacher in the house? Because you're in your power, you're attracting students. So watch the conversations that you have with other people, and your level of mastery of your own shadows and your own triggers is going to be important right now, because of the fact that, when they need their lessons, it's going to be because you learn something about what they talking about or what they doing. And, something that's more authentic or something that's more empowering or something like that. So that's why you will teach it. That's why you will share it. I heard when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Okay. All right. Let me see what's below this energy. 9 of Pentacles, independent, single. You out here doing this. You in these streets by yourself. You went out by yourself. You're in your power. You're making a commitment to honor your truth, to really speak up for yourself. Did you recently promise yourself that never again will I allow somebody to bully me? Never again will I allow somebody to do this. I'm putting my foot down. It feels like I'm putting my foot down. All this here is mine. You've got something to protect. You've got something of value. You have something of worth to you. But here it is. It's all about you. The man must have told me it's not all about you. It's not always all about you. He must have told me that no less than 10 times, I promise. But it is all about me. You can't convince me otherwise. The better I'm doing, the better time we all going to have. If I let myself get upset and irritated, the worst time we all going to have. That's how it is. I heard when the queen is happy, the whole realm will be happy. But here you are. You're like, I don't give a fuck if they agree with it. They don't like it. They do like it. Somebody here, you come into some financial freedom right now. I see some financial freedom happening here for you too. That's going to allow you to do some new things, make some new traditions for yourself. You going to start taking a trip every September or something like that. I see somebody who's going to start taking a trip every September. That's an important time for you in September. So you're going to make sure you take a trip every September. There's something that's significant. Okay. Do you remember when it was hot in September? Okay. Let me see what's behind the Prince of Swords. Yeah, you are ready to cut out a bunch of negativity. So you started thinking something, and then the evidence shows up in conversations and experiences with other people that shows you where you're at. Okay. So now that you're attracting somebody to question you, you're either realizing like, I need to start speaking my truth. Somebody has had some rude things to say in the past, and you looking from your position like, how dare you talk to me like that? Yeah, that's what I see. How dare you think you could talk down to me? Or, somebody says something demeaning, belittling, upsetting, disrespectful. They could have been a whole ass with their words. This has already happened. You don't let it shake you, but this is about you standing your ground, because it is all about you. Your experience is all about you. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. See, when some person who's so independent, they're not used to that. They're used to the idea that you have to help everybody and all this stuff, and you got to do it for them. And it is great value of being a decent human out here in these streets and bringing a positive energy. But there's also value in not allowing yourself to go through unnecessary bullshit so that you can protect that vibe, so you can continue to bring that. At the end of the day, it's the greater good. So here you are, you're in your independence. I see that you have also done a lot of lifestyle changes that have helped you embrace your abundance lately and your independence. You start a new routine because, you're by yourself now. Yeah, you start a new routine because you're by yourself now. Somebody try to come into your life real quick, and you had to cut that out real quick because they had some disrespectful words for you. They had some belittling conversation, something like that. They try to make you doubt you. I feel like you've been seeing people like this come into your experience for a while. They could have been people who've been in your experience, and you're just now realizing like, this person is always trying to make me doubt myself. This person is always knocking my game. This person is always talking shit. You're starting to finally realize like what somebody's energy was towards you, that they were bringing a lot of negativity, naysaying, dream killing, squashing your surprise type shit. They're a vibe killer. I heard, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. You started some new traditions. Somebody here, you're switching to an all-protein diet. I just picked that up. Somebody here is switching to an all-protein diet because you need it for your system. You're realizing that you actually need a protein diet. That just stepped in the energy. So if that's you, big confirmation for you. Above you, what's the energy? The Prince of Cups. I'm here killing it softly with his words, telling my whole life with his song. Whoa, whoa. Okay, yeah. And the whoa, and the whoa, and the whoa. Prince of Cups. I did tell him nicely. Just because I was firm doesn't mean it wasn't nice. That's like me telling that dude, do you understand? And see, what you don't know about me is there are times when people have come up and touched me. I don't like what I feel like. I turn around and punch a bitch. This is where I'm coming from. So for me to kindly say, don't touch me, that didn't feel good, take your hand off me, you don't know me like that. was actually really kind. You don't have to be rude and disrespectful. You could just simply state your truth. Somebody here, you've been trying to figure out, how do I tell them what I got to say? Well, I heard, well, either way, they're going to take it how the fuck they going to take it. And that ain't got shit to do with you. But did you say your truth? Are you honoring your truth? Or are you skirting around it because pussyfooting around it, I heard, because you're afraid of what they're going to say. You're trying to do the right thing with that Hierophant. You're trying to do the right thing. You soften your words. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You try to make it real easy for them to receive. Is it working? Is it working? Is that helping? Let me see what's going to happen here. The Prince of Pentacles. They ain't holding on to nothing you said anyways. They drop it and let it go. We have 3 princes surrounding this center energy in this Celtic. Interesting. So it's like as you cut out trying to be nice, you'll be able to let go of some worry, some burden, some stress, and move forward. You're trying to do the right thing. Well, part of your purpose is involving that it requires of you to do the right thing for yourself as well. I heard you so busy taking everybody else into consideration. When are you going to give yourself some consideration? And then you wonder why nobody considers you, because you don't even consider yourself. Hello, you teach people how to treat you. So if you don't consider yourself, how the heck do you expect anybody else to consider you? When you showed everybody that what you think, what you need, how you feel don't matter, because you give everyone else consideration, but not yourself. Ooh, that just slapped somebody upside their heart right now. That shit hurt a little bit, huh? But you're realizing, like, that's so fucking true, Melinda. I always am worried about how everybody else feels, what they think, and everybody else feels. And this shit is getting, I heard this shit is getting audastic, ridiculous. Audastic, is that even a word? Audi 5000. What is that? Okay. Audastic. Let's see. Is that even a word? Audacity comes up. Let's see. Audastic. It does not come up. Okay. Let's look at audacity. A willingness to take bold risks. So they being bold as fuck with you with what's coming out their mouth. And you pussyfooting around them, walking on pins and needles. That looks like, trying to do the right thing is slowing somebody's energy down. You'll catch speed as you decide to start a new tradition. Let me see what you're doing. 8 of Cups. Minding your own business and walking away. Moving on. Moving on. It's a whole lot of emotional messes out there. I heard you can't keep claiming responsibility for everybody's emotional messes. That's what you've been doing when you've been trying to control. It's a control issue at the end of the day, because you're trying to control their responses by giving them, it's like you're force feeding them to give you the answer that you want to see, to return the treatment, the behavior, to return to you in a way that you would prefer it to be. However, it is a measure of control. Control. Now they're all grown up. They're going to make their own choices. Emotionally detaching. Okay, I'm going to stick with this storyline. Another one's trying to creep in. If it comes in once I'm done telling this experience, then I'll go back and tell a different one. But yeah, I see you're trying to emotionally detach from trying to make them feel okay with what you got to say or what you're doing today. This is like somebody who hides their desire, their sexuality, their lifestyle from other people because maybe they're part of the church. Or somebody, daddy's a pastor, so you ain't told them that you're gay as fuck. You hide. You make sure you pack the right gender worth of clothes when you go home, but that's why you try not to go home, because you don't like dressing like that. That makes you extremely uncomfortable. Yeah, everybody here is clearly not gay, but how does that apply? because it's something you hiding. So you put on this fake ass persona that is extremely uncomfortable just to try to make these people happy, and they ain't happy no way, and all you're doing is hurting yourself. Let me see, who or what is in your environment? Judgment. Yeah, you're afraid of their judgment. You're afraid of how they're going to judge you if you say how you really feel, what you really think, what your real passion is, what you're really about. You're trying to present yourself in a specific way to elicit a specific response from somebody who you feel is extremely judgmental of you. But here's the thing. Meanwhile, you're judging yourself, and you're not judging yourself favorably because you're like, I can't fucking believe I'm doing this shit just to make them happy. They ain't happy no way. And it makes me feel like shit. And so you're subconsciously telling yourself that it's okay for you to disrespect yourself in order to try to make these people happy. And that shit don't even fucking work. How you really feel, Queen of Pentacles. How you really feel is like, I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of myself. You're like, I'm just going to stay here and tell them I got work to do. I don't want to come over. Because if I go over there, I got to talk the way they want. I heard, walk like a man, talk like a man. Okay. Yeah, you got to walk like a man and talk like a man. And so, no, I know you're not all gay, but the way it's showing me is like, somebody who is so fucking flamboyantly gay trying to go home and put on this masculine energy. I heard they even try to drop their voice and just do some more shit. But really, when you see them back home in their city with their friends, they like, the wrist be popping, bitch, that voice go high and all that shit. They don't do that shit at home. You know, it's like that. It's somebody who was like that. Hiding something, putting on this whole fake fucking persona to try to please somebody else. Well, what's going to end up here? King of Wands. You're going to take that wand. Oh, I heard it. Shove it up their ass. No. For somebody, they will. But for most of you, this is like that empowered idea. You're going to take that and run with it. You're putting it into action. That power that you have that you've been keeping to yourself is going to come out. I heard it in an explosive way for somebody. This is like, so there's this drink I learned very young. It's called China Slim Tea. My mother used to drink it all the time. It helped regulate your bowels and clean them out and help you lose weight. So I used to drink it when I was younger. I started drinking it because, you know, my mom said, here, drink this. So I drank that. Yeah, well, what I didn't know is that shit was going to loosen your bowel. You have a little bit of flatulence, baby. That ain't flatulence. Go sit your ass on the toilet. So there's something here about the level of empowerment that you're coming into right now. If you don't prepare yourself for the shit you finna put out and get it out in a way where it's done with decision, it's gonna come out explosively. And now shit will be all over the place. You will have sharded yourself. I'm just saying. Because eventually it's gonna give. Eventually this energy is gonna give. You're gonna have to come out and say it, do it, stand in that power some way or another. So you could either do a controlled release of this energy where, you know, you in the toilet, you're in the right place to do it. In other words, you could set a date. Hey, let's go have coffee. Okay, cool. Guess what? I invited you here to have coffee because I actually have something important I need to talk to you about. Or you could let it happen again. And it's going to be like sharding yourself, because when it happens again, might be the time that you fucking explode and lose your cool. The other example that is coming to mind for somebody, the gay shit really fucked with your head. I don't know what to tell you. However, the other example that's coming to mind is a pressure cooker. You know, the pressure cooker, I remember my grandma saying something about, you know, if you don't set it up right, it can explode. And what it does is put a lot of pressure on the food you're cooking, and it cooks it a lot faster. My grandmother used to make beans in it all the time. Would cut all day long, cooking down to just, you know, a couple hours or whatever, however long she cooked them for. But you'll notice what it does is it has a port at the top of the lid that is locked in place. It's a locking lid, but it has a little port like the rice cooker does too. It lets out a little bit of steam the whole time. It allows It allows for the pressure to be right. So it's like when you try to block letting things out, it builds up pressure inside and it can be explosive. And somebody here, that's what's been happening. Somebody has been said something to you and you've been trying to do the right thing, but really you're the one in power here. You're the one who is the boss in this situation in whatever form or fashion that means for you right now. And it's like you can plan it out and say it in the right way in an appropriate environment and situation, or you could wait until boom, one day you explode and now there's just shit all over and we can't undo it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be destroyed after that. You can destroy the shit or you can approach it willingly and consciously, you know, to address something that's come up here. But it's time for you to speak your truth. Trying to do the right thing is going to make a bomb go off in you energetically, emotionally. And because it is a King of Wands, like somebody could totally like explosive. Like this reminds me of when I was triggered and I fucking threw my cup of coffee. Boom. Threw my cup of coffee because I was so fucking triggered because I hadn't dealt with that situation. Okay. So it feels like that, you know, if you don't decide how you're going to do it, eventually the truth is going to come out, you know, eventually. So let's see what else. We got 2 extra cards here. Let's see what they are. The 9 of Wands. Yeah, it's about there. You're like, I've had it up to here. You're getting on my last nerve. I had about all I can take. The 9 of Wands is just one more thing to have. It's like the next one will be the straw to break the camel's back if you don't start to say something. And then it'd be the stupidest, littlest thing that a person says or does that's going to set somebody off here. Going to set them off. What else? The other one, the Tower. See? And boom, everything will fall down. Yeah. Watch it. Watch it. If somebody has been telling you, like, I really don't like it when you do this, or every time you clean this up, or, you know, why you leave it like that, or didn't I tell you this goes over here, or I told you I can't handle this, or that is stressing me out, or something like that. Or are you feeling this, but not saying it? Somebody is about to lose their lid, pop their top, flash on a motherfucker, go smooth the fuck off in whatever form or fashion that means is about to break. Some energy is about to break here. But here's the thing. You're in your fucking power. So I don't feel like you're going to be out of control or nothing like that. It's just like you can soften the blow if you deal with this as it comes up instead of waiting until it builds up to all this pressure. If it builds up to all this pressure, you might have a few like, fuck, wish I hadn't done it that ways. I meant everything I said, but I just didn't like the way I did it. I remember that so many times as my daughter was coming up, I would lose my fucking lid. And I would tell her everything I said, I totally meant. But the way I told you, I didn't need to talk to you that way. You don't deserve to be yelled at like that. I would tell her and I would apologize to her for my behavior. Yeah, if you don't want to apologize because you said exactly what the fuck you meant, then you might want to say exactly what the fuck you mean before they pull that motherfucker out of you and it goes off like a ticking time bomb. Because somebody here, you are a ticking time bomb. Why? Because you ain't said what the fuck you had on your mind. Are you a ticking time bomb? Yeah, they said write that down. About to blow. Somebody here is a ticking time bomb. Now, let's see what else we have. What else do we have? Well, I see you looking sexy. And somebody really wants to be with you. This person is really wishing that they could be with you, but they know that you've walked away. You have walked away. Why? Because they did some shit, and that's the fucking consequences and repercussions. They hate the fact that you're single. It makes them fucking crazy. But all you could think about when you think about this person is they're an asshole. You're like a whole ass, and I don't deserve to be talked to or treated that way. I'm not playing games with you. This person is thinking about coming to you and telling you, I'm sorry. So sorry. Well, they're sorry because they did some stupid shit. They said some stupid shit. They were trying to hurt your feelings with whatever they had said. They know it. But you really are not trying to hear this person. You are moving on. You are moving forward. This person want to try to talk to you, and they could try, they could feel like if they spoil you with this or that, maybe they feel like if they bring you presents with their sorry, then you'll accept their sorry ass. Well, it seems like, it could catch you by big surprise when this happens. And honestly, they're not telling me if you're going to accept it or not. They're really not. But what I do see is whatever you do, you're doing it from your empowered place. So if you do accept their sorry ass back because the gifts are that pretty, I see you being on guard. I see you staying aware. I see you in a protective pose in front of this person. So even if they do come back with some sort of apology, some sort of gifts, it's like you're different now. You're different now. You were a lot softer before. You're not so soft anymore. You were a lot more receptive before. You're not going to be as receptive anymore. If they think that their apology and maybe they're just giving, for somebody, they're just giving you what the fuck they owe you with an apology. Great, I got that back. I really needed that. Cool. But then they go call you, hey, let's get together. Oh, I'm busy that day. You're not as receptive. You're not as available as you used to be. And that shit is going to tear them down because they thought if they would do the right thing and try to come here and do this and this, they thought you was going to be just like you used to be. It's a whole new day. I got a new attitude. Yes, you do. You got a whole new attitude. Now, I see some teacher energy here. I see some teacher. You're doing something new. You're addressing the negativity that you found in the educational system, and you're looking to bring more emotional intelligence into this. Some funds are going to be made available for you. Yeah, you feel like a little bit of progress is made. You're not all the way there yet, but the progress has been made. Some funds are being made affordable for you. That's the next step. So you're finding funding, you're finding a grant, you're finding an investor, something along these lines. You know that you could get some backlash or judgment from certain traditional types because what you're doing is innovative, forward thinking. It's different. And you will cause a disruption. You will cause a disruption. Everybody will be like, what? Well, first off, people who do what you are about to do will think, why didn't I think about doing it that way? I feel like the way you're thinking about doing it is like, that's ingenious. It's like somebody finds the loophole to make everything happen. Now, the other thing is you're going to find that there's a lot more need for it, and it's going to grow a lot faster than what you thought. This shit is about to take off because just as many people who don't like it, there's just as many people who have been bitching about the same shit you've been bitching about, and they're going to be so fucking excited to get on board with your plan. I see that. I see somebody who presented their business plan to the banking institution, and you had so much, but you needed a little bit more. You weren't going for the whole thing. So let's say if you had $9,000, you might have needed another $5,000, or put as many zeros behind that as you need. You're hopeful. You're remaining hopeful, but the answer is going to come in. The answer is going to come in. I heard 8 more hours, 8 more minutes, 8 more days. It's going to help you get, the answer is going to be exactly what you want. You're going to get what you want. Yes, you will get it. And I heard in 9 months, you will pay this shit off and it's going to blow your mind. So that's awesome. I see that. I see a person here who's meeting a Taurus at this time. This Taurus is single. This Taurus is very analytical, quick-minded, intellectual. This person is very fascinated with this Taurus, and they're going to take away something from this interaction. They're going to take away something of value. this Taurus person is not staying in your experience very long, but they're going to be there, and what they leave with you will be life-changing. And you're going to want to imitate what you have observed in some sort of way, or what you've been taught, or whatever they gave you. You're going to do more with it. You're going to put that into full action, and that's going to create unprecedented change in your life. So these are the messages that I'm seeing at this time for this episode of Tarot in the Shadows. Did you find your message here today? Put some in the comments. Shout out to the good folks all around the Wisdom app. I will be back with more. I always come back. Until next time, sending you so much. Oh, hold on. Whew, excuse me. Whoo-wee. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. And I'm out.